meteorologist Chase Jones.
Oh, how is your guys' long weekend going? Now, not a single drop of rain, but it's feeling more like fall out there. Now, you heard they could reinstate the burn ban, and you don't want to lift it because by the weekend, tracking some lighter rain, then the next cool down into the 80s and the 50s. A beautiful end towards that long weekend. But by tomorrow, Taco Tuesday, for that short weekend, temperatures over the last 24 hours still inside that pattern, but we're tracking the dry conditions. We definitely need more rain, even though we're about 5 inches over what we want to see, thanks July, all the way down into those mid 60s, then up into those upper 80s, and we'll see how quickly we cool off underneath these clear skies. But those winds are back out of the south. We're watching more of those systems push off towards the north, and of course those winds are back out of the south. 88 in San Angelo, everybody else in a combination of those upper to mid 80s across the entire area. 10 degrees today. Let's take a look. 86 up there in Robert Lee, 89 over there in Ballinger, 90 over there in Coleman. I'm trying to squeeze it out there. 85 in El Dorado. So we have 5 degrees across the entire Concho Valley. I'm going to blame the southerly winds, and dew points are in those 50s while humidity indices are in those 30s. So everybody's pretty standard across the entire board. Not a drop of rain in sight according to all the data out there. Moisture tracker is going to show you how that plume of moisture is going to hover around the Midwest and really take its time. Believe it or not, parts of the Rocky Mountains are slated to see 13 feet of snow as a result of some of that tropical activity. Now, the upper level pattern is going to show you how this high pressure is really locking in place. Now, Zach wants to get better at the weather. We're keeping our eye on this strong long wave trough. Then we're seeing ridging right behind it with another long wave trough. So these are going to be the rounds of cool air that we have our eye on for the next drop in temperatures. Water vapor imagery. Take a good look at the size of this long wave trough pushing off the east coast. That's a whole lot of moisture. Right behind it, a very strong ridge. You can start to get a better idea of the high pressure that's going to take over all week. That's going to blame us for those calm conditions here in the Concho Valley. And off the west coast, that's the monster storm we have our eye on. Severe weather outlook still targeting parts of Arizona and the Four Corners. We take you down to the surface to get a better idea of this cloud formation. Now, I was talking with Zach before the show. Some of these areas over parts of Nevada, if not Las Vegas. Take a good look at the avenue of dry air. That's some fast moving wind across the Rocky Mountains. Now, that's pushing that snowstorm. Watch the entire time over the futurecast as rounds of snow will pummel parts of the Rocky Mountains over across California and Nevada. That circulation really just holding it in place. That intensifies the high pressure sitting over the Concho Valley. Now, it's pulling a whole lot of moisture up towards the north, and that's where we're going to see some of that light cloud cover by the middle of next week. But this whole storm has not moved at all over the next 96 hours, so we're going to keep our eye on it because that's our next drop in temperatures tonight, all the way back down into those standard 60s. It's been a beautiful evening lately. Then tomorrow, a good run at those upper 80s, but I promise you it's going to be a short week, so let's get ready for another great Taco Tuesday as we get closer towards Wednesday, because you know Griff's going to be back in the office tracking some of those warmer conditions. But in those 80s, as the weekend rolls around, still going strong in those calm conditions, but here comes a little bit of rain. Then by next week, take a good look at these drop in temperatures all the way down into those lower 80s, while those overnight lows go into those lower 50s. Stay tuned. More up at the break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.